Oh, yeah, big news is back. Paul Hughes, the rematch, October 3rd, live on ESPN. Yeah, I'm talking about Usman Nurmagomedov. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Paul, thank you for giving me some time today to get the fans pumped up for this fight. Dude, this is the fight you wanted. This is the fight PFL fans have wanted. What's the feeling like now that you're doing the work and getting ready for this big one?
Yeah, it certainly feels good, my man. It's good that we finally got it done in the end, and to get it out there to the public for everybody to see. It's certainly a good feeling. But my feeling mostly surrounding this is just confidence. Like I feel really good about it all. I'm really, of course, excitement, but just feel really good and confident about it all.
You have reason to, Paul. I mean, this has been such a breakout run for you from the AJ McKee win to the great performance you had against Usman to the first round finish of Bruno Miranda in May in Belfast. The momentum keeps rising. It's weird to say this, and I know that you thought you won that for that very close fight earlier this year
Mhm.
against Usman Nurmagomedov, the best PFL fight I've ever seen, maybe the best fight of this year. But do you feel like you were almost the winner from that, even though you didn't get the nod, that it put you so firmly established on the map as one of the biggest breakout stars in this sport, if not the face of the PFL?
Um, Ultimately, no, because I needed my hand raised. Yes, I mean, obviously, so many positives to take away from it all. Like, I truly did shock the world. Um, I really did. But I did expect to win, and I was very disappointed that I didn't win, especially with how the fight ended up, especially towards the end of the fight, and how the energy surrounding it all was. So, yeah, I just need to make sure I right them wrongs next time.
All right. Well, let's go back to that fight in January. I'm sure you've watched it a bunch of times. That also took place in Dubai. It was a majority decision win for Usman Nurmagomedov, also one of the best fighters in this organization. Why do you think the judges went his way ultimately?
Look, I mean, they obviously seen they believed he was doing more damage. I think that they probably didn't score my body work that much. I think it was really hurting him there. Some, different judges see different things, and ultimately, look, he was the guy for them that night, and that's. I just need to really, really make sure that I need to make sure that I get him out of there this time. To be honest.
Were you shocked by the disrespect that he was giving you ahead of that fight and the fact that he almost humbly, if that's the right word, after the fight was like, damn, I overlooked this guy. I mean, I'm shocked that somebody of his level, I guess, would admit that. But when you look back on that, like, does it blow you away that he didn't believe you were on his level and almost found out the hard way?
Yeah, well, look, I said that in the build up to the last fight. I think I said you're looking past me, and that is going to be to your demise, and it was. Obviously, I believe I won that fight. He didn't take me seriously enough. I humbled him. I brought him into a fight which he had never been in before, a true proper fight. And yeah, but look, he's going to be coming in more prepared next time. He is not going to let this. He's going to try not let that happen ever again. But that is my job to make sure it does.
When you look back, what were the hardest parts of fighting him? Like what did he show you that you're like, oh damn, he is the real deal too?
Um, Nothing surprised me, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. And I mean that in a way that I expected to fight one of the best fighters in the world, and I did fight one of the best fighters in the world. I think maybe one thing I didn't expect was his speed. He was unbelievably fast. His 1-2s down the pipe, his high kicks, they were just lightning fast. And yeah, that's one thing that I think that surprised me.
How will this fight ultimately be different? I mean, he's not going to take you lightly, but considering it was such a stalemate over 5 rounds the first time, with the judges being, ultimately split, considering it was a majority decision, how will this rematch be different in your eyes?
How this rematch will be different is ultimately I will break him at some point in this fight. no question. Whether that is round 3 or whether that is round 5, I truly, truly believe that I'm going to put the pressure on that man early. I'm going to make him fight once again. I'm going to make him scramble for his life for every single position, and I am not going to get off him until I have him broken.
Damn. Damn, let's put that on a poster. I mean, let's go. That sells the fight right there. I mean, look, only you will know this, sharing a space for 25 minutes with another man where you are trying to, get one up on each other in such violent ways. Was there a vulnerability that he exposed in there where you can say to yourself, like you just did, that I feel like I can break him now?
Yeah, I think that I think I almost had him broken. And I think that, you watch that fight back, you look at rounds 4 and 5, to just before that head clash happened at the very end of round 4, where he had a 3-minute recovery. You seen the momentum change. You seen that I had started to get my groove, that I was just simply walking him down. He did not have the energy to take me down or to grapple with me anymore. And I was in my groove and I was landing the devastating shots. The head clash happened. He got a little bit of energy conserved back up again. The 5th round was close. Some judges gave it to me, some judges gave it to him. I think that I almost had him broken last time. But this time the odds may go in my favor with something like that. These things happen, and this is why we love fighting, because these things just fucking happen. And ultimately, whether odds go in my favor or not next time, I know that over 5 rounds I can't get him out of there.
Do you think it was a mistake at all for him to not take a fight in the interim like you did? Now, that fight didn't last that long in May in Belfast, but he's going right back to the well a second time with you. Is there anything there?
Sorry, you just cut off for a wee second there. Could
Yeah,
you say
no
that again,
problem.
please?
Do you think it's a mistake that Usman did not take an interim fight before going back into a rematch with you?
Um, yes, I do see that as a mistake. With a lot of fighters, it may not be a mistake, but with me, it definitely is, because at the rate of my improvement, I mean, it was just over 12 months ago since I made my debut for the PFL, and look what I've done. I mean, this will be my 5th fight in the organization. I've come in and it's been a heist of the organization to a degree. I've come in and beat all the best guys, and that is momentum, and that all plays into my favor, alongside obviously having the technical improvements of having a training camp, where I always improve, I always optimize, and I always bring new things into the next one. So yeah, it was definitely a mistake leaving it this long.
I mean, how much better do you expect to be? What have you been working on of what you can share with us?
I've been working on beating Usman Nurmagomedov. That's what I've been working on, and thankfully, I've been in there for 5 rounds. So we've got a lot to work off. Put it like that. Yes, the fight can look a lot different next time. I'm prepared for all outcomes, but ultimately, what one of my best strengths as a fighter is fighting the opponent in front of me, and implementation of that game plan on the night. Not only on the night, yes, but in my training camp, and crafting that game plan with my team, who I've been with forever, who know my game inside out. That is one of my greatest strengths as a fighter, and I'll just get to show that once again.
I would say, look, the build to your first fight in January became headline producing. It was spicy. There was a little bit of back and forth. I enjoyed it. It gets me fired up as a fight fan. We've got a couple months before this October 3rd rematch that will, have necessary hype around it. Do you expect it to be contentious in the buildup when we start having these face-offs and press events? Or, I mean, was there some humbling there in that first fight where he respects you more, or maybe we won't see that?
I think, after the fight, yeah, there was some humbling there, but I think there's enough time has passed to where you can start putting these things in your mind. Oh, this happened, that's why I didn't perform. And then obviously, I'm out here, I'm talking my shit as I always do. Not, I mean, yeah, some people, you could say talking my shit, but like ultimately, I'm saying what I truly believe. And what I believe is I'm going to break the man. I truly, truly believe that. Now, they may take that as disrespectful. Things may get heated once again in this build up. God knows. I mean, you may have seen some shit that his manager was talking recently. So, I mean, he just came at me. So, I'm always going to clap back. You know, most of the time I'm not going to start it, but I'm certainly going to fucking finish it.
I mean, there have been correct me if I'm wrong, there has been a history of big name Irish fighters having verbal sparring with Ali Abdelaziz. Have there not been? I mean, what is it about that guy that gets fighters fired up?
I don't know, bro. He came at me, so if you come at an Irishman with some offense, you better you best be sure you're gonna get some back. I mean, the guy looks like he's got a fucking dolphin head on him, so I mean, that's what he do. He came at me, brother.
I hear that. I hear that. Speaking of Ireland or Belfast, Northern Ireland, where you have that passionate fan base, where you made that PFL debut your last time out, were you even surprised at the intensity of that fight, where I could feel it coming through the screen?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, that night still seems like a dream to me. Like I swear to God, it still feels like a dream. It was just too perfect in every way. I still drive past the arena and just go, holy fuck, you did it. Because man, for 8 years there, since I made my professional debut there, for 8 years, every single day I drove past that, and I mean every day I drove past it, I would say to myself, I'm gonna sell that out someday. And that is exactly what I did. 7,000 people at home in the biggest arena that you can do here in Belfast. That truly, truly was my dream, and I got to actualize that dream.
I mean, it was so electric that there were people, even, in MMA media circles online, saying, hey, maybe PFL should just operate out of that area of the world, because, there's something going on there. And, it's obviously respect to the fans there in general. It's a respect to how quickly you have built your name. But, has life changed aggressively for you in the public eye, where you have kind of become one of Ireland's favorite sons? Do you feel that?
Yeah, I certainly do feel that, and it's an unbelievable privilege. It truly, truly is, to have that support here. It's particularly in Belfast and in the north here and in Derry, where I grew up. To have that backing is something that I always dreamed of. Coming from here in Ireland, like the people that we look up to most is our sports stars, and in particular our fighters. When everybody knows the fighting Irish, and in particular Belfast, like we are a fighting city, and to be kind of taken in as one of our own is a true blessing, and something that I really truly am grateful for.
Well, you certainly earned it. I mean, is that a PH logo on your shirt? Am I reading that
It
correctly?
is. It
Do you have an
is.
emblem now?
I do.
There it
Brandon's
is.
important, brother. You know yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're growing quickly in front of our eyes right there. I read that you were born in Australia. Do you hold any pride and ties to the Aussie land down there?
Yeah, 100%, man. I was born in Sydney. My older brother and older sister were also born there. Both my parents are Irish. They're from Derry, where I grew up. So basically, I'm the youngest. Whenever I was born, we all flew back home because they wanted to raise us back in Ireland. And I'm very glad and happy that we were raised in Ireland. But I do still have a huge place in my heart for Australia. Definitely.
Well, you keep winning, you're going to have a massive fan base down there that's going to want you to fight down there. It's been an incredible run. Correct me if I'm wrong on the stakes here. First time you fought Usman, it was for the Bellator MMA lightweight title. I believe that branding has been retired. Is this fight for the inaugural PFL lightweight title? Do I have that correct?
Um, I mean, I think so. I would assume so, considering they've already done a Champion Series card where they unveiled their new belt. So I could only, yeah. I mean, the answer's got to be yes.
All right, you're not. Let me close with this. You're not looking ahead. You have him in your sights. You felt like you beat Usman Nurmagomedov the first time. You'll get a second chance here. If you get your hand raised and that's your focus, what does that do for you? Like, where do you go from there? Because it's going to be a big deal, Paul.
Yeah, it will be. It certainly will be, and I'll shock the world potentially more than last time with how I plan to do this on October 3rd. But what I foresee in the future is right away. I'm calling for a trilogy. Right away, I'm fucking calling for it. You know that's what I want. People love trilogies. I would fight him again the month after. I'd fight him the week after, no problem. Whenever I get that belt, because I'm going to be a good champion over at the PFL. So I do foresee a trilogy happening down the line. I do foresee other matchups, of course, in the PFL lightweight division, but ultimately I'm going to try to do the fights that the fans want to see the most, and that's certainly what they want.
Well, that first fight, as you already know, was such a breakthrough performance for you, for the promotion, for being in the fight of the year discussion. If you guys extend to a trilogy, this could become the rivalry that defines this fight promotion for many years to come. Paul, best of luck to you. October 3rd, live on ESPN, Abu Dhabi. It is the rematch. Can't wait. Go get him, man.
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate your time.